Hi children, in today's video we are entering into a very interesting topic, the making of Germany and Italy. We knew that Germany and Italy were divided into different kingdoms and different types of people were living. So here we are going to learn how these states were united and how the countries called Germany and Italy was formed. Let us start with Germany. In whatever topics we have discussed so far, we discussed that the ideas of nationalism was spreaded by liberals, right? Because they were fighting against the monarchical government and they wanted a nation that is called nationalism, right? And the conservatives they wanted to protect the monarchical rule and they were against the liberals. But after 1848, the nationalist sentiments were mobilized by the conservatives. Why conservatives suddenly started doing it? Because there was a motive. To get a people's support, they started to spread the idea of nationalism because they wanted to strengthen the state power and they wanted to achieve political dominance over Europe. For that only they did it. Now, let us check with the process what made Germany as a country. Actually, middle class Germans only initiated the process of uniting the German states. Okay, first they tried to unite the German states to form a country and they wanted that country to be ruled by a government through parliament. But actually, it was a failure. Monarchy and military they just suppressed the liberal initiative, and this was supported by Junkers, who were the large landowners of Prussia. Because Prussia thought if liberals unite the states, then they will be forming a government through parliament. But that should not happen, right? So Prussia they thought of ruling the Germany by themselves. So only they helped monarchy and military to stop the liberals from forming Germany as a nation. After that, Prussia took on the leadership of the unification process. So Prussia, they started to unite the German states. And that time, the chief minister of Prussia was Otto von Bismarck. He is said to be the chief architect of this process. Usually, what architects will do, they will construct houses, buildings, and all right. So here, Otto von Bismarck was building Germany. So only he is said to be the chief architect of the unification process. So he was playing a vital role in the process. And he carried on the process very well with the help of army and bureaucracy. You know the meaning of bureaucracy, right? State powers. And three wars happened within 7 years. The war was between Prussia and three powers Denmark, Austria, and France. And finally, Prussian government won. That means Prussia successfully united all the Italian states and they formed Germany as a country. After this process, on a bitterly cold morning of 18th January 1871, there was a gathering in Hall of Mirrors. Hall of Mirrors is in the Palace of Versailles. For what this gathering happened? So different people were gathered there, like princes of German states, army representatives, then important ministers of Prussia, including Otto von Bismarck, because he was the important person, right? These people gathered there to announce, to declare Germany as a nation and to make Kaiser William I as a king of Germany. Kaiser William I was the king of Prussia. As Prussia formed Germany, definitely the same king will be the king of Germany, right? So only the king of Prussia, Kaiser William I, was made as the king of Germany now. Are you clear with this? After that, definitely there would be Prussian dominance, right? Yes. So after making Kaiser William I as a king of Germany, Prussia was dominating the entire country and they were making all the measures and they emphasized that is their main motto was to modernize the currency, banking, judicial system and all. And they successfully completed it and they became a model for other places. Are you clear? So middle class Germans they tried to unite the German states and they tried to form Germany as a country to be governed through parliament. But it was suppressed by monarchy and military with the help of Junkers. Because Prussian government they wanted to rule the place, so they started the unification process and Otto von Bismarck was the chief architect for it and he was the chief minister of Prussia. And three wars happened within 7 years between Prussia and Denmark, Austria, France. Finally, Prussia won the war and they successfully united all the states and they formed Germany as a country. After the process, there was a gathering in Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles, where different types of people like ministers, army people, everyone were there to proclaim Germany as a nation and to make Kaiser William I as a king of Germany. After that, there was Prussian dominance in Germany, where they modernized the currency, banking system, judicial system, and all, and became as a model for other German states. Are you clear with this? Now, let us start with the next country, Italian unification. So, how Italy was formed? Was a process similar to Germany or was it different? Let us check. So in 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states and all the states were ruled by different types of kings. As you can see in the picture, different colors indicates different kingdoms. Clear? And Italians were scattered over different types of kingdoms. Okay, even though they are Italians, they were ruled by different kings as there was 7 states. But only one state was ruled by Italian king itself. Okay, only one state was not ruled by other kings, it was ruled by Italian king. The place was Sardinia Piedmont. So only Sardinia Piedmont out of the 7 states was the Italian princely house. Where else? Northern Italy was ruled by Austrian Habsburg, center was ruled by Pope, and southern Italy was ruled by Bourbon kings of Spain. Clear? Because of this, even Italian language was having several differences in region wise. So, how we are having different slangs in different languages. Likewise, Italian language, it was spoken differently by the people, different people speaking different types of Italian language. Clear? And as in German unification, middle class Germans started the process. Here also a person started the process. He was Giuseppe Mazzini. So Giuseppe Mazzini, he was a revolutionary. So in 1830, he tried to unite the places, but both the uprisings was failure. He tried in 1831 and in 1848, but both the times he did not unite the places. It was failure. After that, the king of Sardinia Piedmont, that is Victor Emmanuel II, he started uniting the places with the help of his minister Count Caver. Okay, and coming to Count Caver, he was the main person leading the movement, but he was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. He spoke French like other educated people, and he spoke French very well than Italian language. Clear? So now the King Victor Emmanuel II, along with Count Caver, they are joining with France, and together they are going to the north and they are defeating Austrian forces in 1859. Once they defeated Austrian forces, lot of people they came to support Victor Emmanuel II and Count Caver. One important person was Giuseppe Garibaldi. So Giuseppe Garibaldi, he was an Italian, and several volunteers were under him. So Giuseppe Garibaldi, along with his volunteers, he came to support Count Caver and Victor Emmanuel II. So all these people together they went to southern Italy and they successfully defeated the Spanish kings in 1860. During that time, several peasants in southern Italy were helping them. Clear? And now, what will happen? Italy will be made as a country, right? So in 19th century, at first picture you can see it was divided into 7 states and different kings were ruling. But now what happened? It was united into a same country. So only it is indicated by the similar colors. Clear? The process was completed by 1870. Are you clear? So 1859 they are defeating Austrian people. Then next year they are going and defeating the southern people, that is southern kings. And finally they just completed the process of unification. And now the time for proclamation of king. So who completed this process? The king Victor Emmanuel II, right? So definitely he would become the king of the country. So Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed as the king of United Italy. But you know what? Much of the Italians that time were illiterates. Illiterates means they were not educated. So they were not having any idea about nationalism. So we discussed that many peasants were helping Garibaldi to form Italian nation, right? So that persons, they have never heard about the term Italia. Italia means what? United country. Okay, Italia. They thought it was the name of Victor Emmanuel's wife. So this was the people's mindset that time, as they were uneducated. Clear? So this is what about Italian unification. First, Italy was divided into 7 states, but only Sardinia Piedmont was ruled by the Italian king itself, whereas north was ruled by Austrian king, center was ruled by popes, southern part of Italy was ruled by Bourbons. And in 1830, first Mazzini is trying to unite the Italian states. Here there was a mistake. It's not Garibaldi, it's Mazzini. Okay, in 1830, Mazzini tried to unite the Italian states. And in 1831 and 1848, there was a big uprising, but both was a failure. And after that, the king of Sardinia Piedmont, that is Victor Emmanuel II, he took the charge, and Count Cavo was helping him to form the Italian nation. And in 1859, they defeated the Austrian forces. And after defeating Austrian forces, Garibaldi, along with his volunteers, they joined them. And in 1860, they defeated the Spanish forces with the peasant support, and they successfully united all the places and they formed Italian nation. And Victor Emmanuel II was made as a king of Italy. Clear? But much of the Italians were illiterates that time who didn't know about nationalism. They thought Talia was the name of Victor's wife. Are you clear with this? So we discussed about 2 unifications today, where you discussed about 4 names, right? Germany's king and the chief minister, and Italian king and chief minister. So how to remember this word? Actually, this is a very important thing to remember. Often they are asking in 1 mark question. So remember the keywords GK and IV. Okay, so GK here is remember like general knowledge and industrial visit. So G stands for Germany and K stands for Kaiser William I. So this is the first unification topic you learned, right? So 1. And Victor Emmanuel II. So I Italy, V Victor Emmanuel II. So IV. And this is the second unification process. So remember number 2. And as you are reading about 7 states here, you need to keep the count 7, right? So remember Count Cavo. Are you clear? So GK, Germany and Kaiser William I, IV, Italy and Victor Emmanuel II. Are you clear, children? So both the topics are very important, 5 marks. So replay the video and take a read in your content book to be very thorough with it. Take notes on both the topics. Happy learning.